Hello, everyone. My name is Brianna Wilkerson from Made Well and the host of the Be Healthy and Thrive podcast. Welcome back to another episode. And this episode is a part of a series actually called Loving God Completely, the Christmas Summoning Giveaway, just really about learning to love God with your whole health and life. As you all know, I'm very much about holistic health and really have seen in my own life when we start thriving in one area and move on to other areas, we really truly have a healthy and thriving life. And so I'm just going to share a little bit on a topic that I talk about quite a bit, but since it was a podcast, I really just wanted to share about it here. And it's kind of packaging some thoughts that you'll probably always hear me say if you start to listen more often, but the idea that it starts with food, but it doesn't end there. So both is really my heart, right? Food, nutrition. And that's where the Whole30 Made Easy program comes in. That's where the things that I really prescribe around food and physical health comes in. But then I know that it doesn't end there. But typically, it starts with food for us, right? And our health journeys. And I think that's a perfectly fine place to enter. But to know that it is very holistic. And so, a little bit more about my story, just very quickly, and I think you all know if you've seen the first foundational episodes of the podcast, is that I really struggled with my weight for a long time. I struggled with my body image, but it was always linked to something else. And when I started to, do more sports in high school and watch what I ate, I enjoyed it. But then there was something that happened in my life that I felt like I wish I could control that situation. It was a natural disaster. I couldn't. And I tried to control what I could. So I started eating less and exercising more. Then I came really stressed out towards the end of high school because I thought, grades were everything and wanted to be perfect and achieve what everyone else wanted me to achieve as well as myself, and went to food for comfort. So I've seen food as a friend and a foe, basically. And, I journeyed with that for a while, but it wasn't until I really started to pursue Jesus, actually, and really see that life was more than about perfection and achievement and success. Those are good things, but it was more than about that. And that I was made for more and my life had more meaning, that I started to just shift my focus of what I wanted to be known for, what I wanted my legacy to be known for, what I wanted to do with my life. I wanted to do ministry. I wanted to see women actually thrive in their relationship with God, in their worth, in their in who they were. And then eventually I really felt God was like, it's time for you to just go on this freeing journey, not this journey where you start diets and end them because they're super restrictive. You start exercise plans and it's insanity because it's literally insanity. Or, I just felt like I felt like he was asking me, do you want to be made well, like really be made well from the inside out? And I said, yes. And that's kind of where made well comes from, right? And, I started this journey of slowly changing my eating habits and exercise. And it was a very enjoyable journey. And it did start with food, but then I did something called the Whole30, which is an elimination diet where you eliminate certain problematic foods for a time being and introduce them back in to see how your body responds, see how, your whole life was for those 30 days. And sometimes people need to do it longer based on what's going on in their health and their life. And so for me, that was one of the most transforming experiences of my life. I did it with a really good friend. And there were times I wanted to cheat, but I didn't, because I understood what was actually behind that craving, what was behind that thing. And I started to just look at my whole physical health as well, like not just nutrition, but exercise, stress, and sleep, so important. The toxins I was putting on my body, the digestion, and my mindset and habits, which then after really working on those main areas of physical health led into my journey in holistic health, which is what this whole podcast in this series is about, right? So all that to say, I wanted to help others in the Whole30, and I just started blogging about it. And eventually I was like, I need to become a health coach. Like, I need to leave this accounting job somehow, because this is what I'm passionate about, seeing people set free in their relationship with food and their body and their health and who they are. And I felt like this was the way to do it. So I became a holistic health coach and started my business while still doing my job, and just knew that it was what I wanted to do. And then eventually I started offering Whole30 programs, and just have seen people have amazing transformative results, and knowing that it started with food and physical health, and then it goes from there. And then many of my clients who started with health coaching, now have done life coaching or purpose coaching or business coaching, financial coaching, just really focusing on all these different areas of their health and life. But it usually started with food for them. Because I truly believe food is a doorway to looking at your whole physical health. Then your physical health is a doorway to looking at your whole holistic health. And so I'll just briefly talk about the 7 main areas of physical health, and starting with food, but knowing that it doesn't even end there in regards to physical health. Then invite you to comment to win my giveaway, which is just pretty much a session on the Whole30 and essential oils, and those 2 things and how they can be natural solutions for your health. But then also invite you, if you're watching this at the time of the when I'm airing it for the first time, in January, I'm going to be doing the Whole30 program again as a group and one-on-one, but with group coaching calls and with an option of VIP one-on-one coaching calls. And there is an early bird rate that is only up until mid-December 2017. And then in January, it goes to the full rate. So I really want you to get that in if you really want to. So these are the 7 actually areas, the 7 pillars of physical health. That's what we actually cover in the Whole30. And obviously the primary basis is the nutrition. But you start to look at all these other areas. And it's not about getting all these other areas perfect. It's just being exposed to just shifting one little thing in each of these so you can start to build a foundation of sustainable, healthy habits. And the first is definitely what you eat. Nutrition is at the base of your overall wellness. You can't outwork a bad diet. You can't outstress a bad diet. Like your body just goes into all these sort of different processes when it's eating healthy and when it's not eating healthy. Nutrition, the very word itself, really truly means funneling, the right amount of resources and nourishment to the different areas of your body, including your mind. And so we really tend to attach emotions to it, which is totally fine, but it's when our emotions are the things that are keeping us from that truly healthy life. So in the Whole30, we definitely talk about that fundamental nutrition thing. And I don't think the Whole30 has to be a way of life for everybody. I do think it needs to be something you try just to really empower yourself to know how food affects you. Because many of us don't know. Many of us don't know that the thing that is causing us our headache, maybe cheese, I don't know, or dairy, but it's just a way to empower you. And that's what I really want to do with my business, right? And then exercise. We were made to move. But in today's age, and I'm guilty of this too, sometimes we sit so much because of working and so many of us don't have jobs that are all constantly moving our bodies. And those jobs are needed and they're but we need to be looking at ways to just move more regularly. And there's many things we can share about that, right? There's different fitness plans. There's different types of exercises. There's cardio, metabolic, which is metabolic conditioning, gymnastics or body weight movement. There's weightlifting. There's, intensity intervals, right? Like there's a lot of different things. And before, if you're at the beginning of your journey, before you even start thinking about getting all those in, just move more. And there's simple ways to do that. And some of the things I do talk about in my Whole30 program is simple ways to start moving more and enjoying it, because we want to make it sustainable. Now, stress is something that impacts about everyone, and it impacts our whole body and whole life. The hormones that get released when you're stressed can really wreak havoc on your body and prevent you from reaching and maintaining your health goals and results. If you're overly stressed and trying to lose weight, it's going to be very hard. If you're overly stressed and trying to hit a PR, a public record, personal record in some fitness thing, it's going to be hard because your body and your mind is under stress. And when it's under stress, different areas of it just shut down because it's trying to deal with that stress. Now, the thing is, we are constantly stressed. And not just physically, mentally. And our body responds to stress in the same way. So dealing with this could be the make or the break of your journey in your physical health. I'll tell you that. And sleep is another one. Lack of sleep is one of the main culprits for lack of results in our physical goals. Because when we sleep, our body restores and goes to this rest and digest phase, learning to function properly. When you don't sleep, you tend to make more unhealthy choices. You're more tired. You're wanting to have more caffeine and more sugar. And we are constantly looking at ways to not need much sleep, but that's what's harming us because we're designed to sleep, right? And at the time of this recording, I didn't have a good night's sleep last night, and I feel it. So what do I need to do? Tonight I need to go to bed early because it's just, I have to. And I've learned that. I can't keep pushing myself to the limits because it will crash. My body will crash. Digestion is something so near and dear in my heart. When I did the Whole30, I just realized a lot of my digestive concerns were linked to the foods I was eating. It was constantly gassy, it wasn't as regular. And then I started to see that a lot of the foods for me, gluten, bread, grains, would, mess with my gut and make it gassy, make it hard to use bathroom. And part of that reason that it's more important that even if you're like, I don't have any digestive concerns, one, you may not know you do, because I didn't know I did until I removed certain foods and then added them back in. But two, 60 to 80% of your immune system's in your gut. So what you eat does affect your whole body and your whole immune system. So it's important. Your gut is like your second brain. So we really need to care for it. And actually, mood-wise, a lot of your serotonin is made in your stomach. So you want to be in a place where you're taking care of it. Then the next thing is reducing our toxic load. We are constantly exposed to toxins in our food, in our environment, in what we put on our skin, it's in tons of places. And I really want people to start taking steps to being exposed to less toxins, because the increasing abundance of toxins, you look at the parallel, there's also been increases in a lot of health concerns worldwide. And some of the things that I advocate, and I'm a wellness advocate for, is doTERRA essential oils. Now, there's obviously a many essential oils company. I just really have researched, tried, and proved in my heart these ones. I have a team of people who love them and share them. And if it's something that you're watching this and you want to try, let me know. Would love to support you in that way. And actually, a lot of people say more natural is more expensive. Well, you have two things here. It may be more expensive sometimes in the immediate, but what is that expense truly at the expense of a healthy and thriving long life that you are meant to live? And part of it too is being creative. It may cost you more, like however, maybe $15 to make natural laundry detergent, but it'll last you a month and a half, 2 months. And you're reducing your toxic load tremendously, because what our clothes, if we wash, we sweat, those toxins go into our body, right? And so it's all about finding different ways to be creative, and it actually saves you in the end. And then the seventh area is your mindset, which then dictates your habits. And then that kind of from there links into other areas of your life, which, we won't go to full depth if you do the Whole30 program here, but that's what this podcast is about. And that's what my holistic health membership community is about. And that is what my one-on-one coaching program can be about too. Our mind and our thoughts, our beliefs and our thoughts will drive our behavior and create our reality always. So if you're creating a reality in your life that you will never be physically healthy, you won't be, because you're telling yourself. And so you're not taking the actions needed to shift that reality. But if you're telling yourself that making this one change at a time is worth it, then yes, you will change. And so those are the 7 areas: nutrition, exercise, stress, sleep, digestion, toxic load, and mindset and habits that I believe, I started with food, and it's important. And if during the Whole30 you're like, this is the only thing I want to uncover, amazing. But if you're like, I want to look at these other areas, it's the time. This program is my whole physical health program to give you a bit of a reset in 6 weeks too. And so if you would like support in your holistic health journey, starting with food, I really want to invite you to join the January Whole30 Made Easy program, 6-week program, which includes weekly modules and resources on each of these topics, including preparing for the Whole30 and reintroducing after, 2 really important phases. There's a preparing, actually doing the reset, then reintroducing. There'll include weekly modules. There will be 3 group coaching calls in the beginning, the middle, and the end, for you to just get space to actually be on with me, get coaching, and meet your fellow group members on a Zoom call, like a version of Skype. And then there's also bonus resources. If you're like, I kind of want to learn more about essential oils, well, I have essential oil bonus trainings to go along with each of those modules that you could go through, but you have lifetime access to the material. So if you're like, I want to do it after, that's fine too, but it's there if you kind of want an encompassing program. And I might actually be inviting my oils team to, there's actually a particular cleanse and detox called the cleanse and restore process that doTERRA has, that some of them might do with the Whole30 sort of thing. So there's a lot of different ways you can do it. Depends on how all in you want to be. And then there's also, if you want an accountability partner, there's that option. And then there's a private Facebook group where there'll be daily posts of encouragement. There'll be recipes. There's tons of resources that is provided to you. But I think the thing is that during the 6 weeks, you'll be able to get support via the group coaching calls, via the Facebook group. And for 2 spots, I'm opening up 2 spots for one-on-one coaching as well, where you'll get 3 45-minute coaching sessions only for like $200 more, which is not normal. I don't normally do that, but I really want people to go forward in their health, in their physical health at the beginning of the year. And so early bird from December 1st to the 15th is $199 US for the group. And then it's $399 for group plus one-on-one. And in the new year, the price will be raised for both. And so if this is something you're interested, reach out. We can have a chat to see if it's a good fit. If it's not, that's fine. Like, there's no harm in it. And the chat is not about you committing then. It's about seeing if this and this program is a good fit for you and your goals. There's 6 different types of resets with the Whole30 as well. The full one is you eliminate meat. No, you have meat. Sorry, you eliminate grains, legumes, dairy, all types of sugars, even natural, and preservatives, alcohol, obviously. You don't recreate desserts. You don't step on the scale during the time. It's really about seeing that, then introducing one back in. But then there's 5 other versions. One's for if you're vegetarian. I think there's a vegan one as well. If you are autoimmune, if you're trying to do energy cravings, like there's different versions. And that's why I would love for people to get started early, learn about this early so they can know which version fits them best. And for the first 4 people to sign up, I'm offering a free 30-minute coaching call to be used in the beginning of January to help them just see which reset is best and how they can go about preparing. Okay, so it starts with food. This is why I'm starting it now with this series with this, but it doesn't end there, right? It goes to all these different areas of physical life, health and life, but also all these areas of holistic health and life. So during this series, we're going to have people talking about mental health, emotional health, vocational, so like occupational and calling, financial health, relational health, and then spiritual health. Everything is from a spiritual perspective, from a Christian perspective, but specifically have someone talk about growing in relationship with God and persevering in faithfulness, actually. So thank you so much. Make sure you check out the links for all of everything I've mentioned. Make sure you comment below if you want the giveaway for the Whole30 Oils Masterclass, and make sure you reach out if you're interested in doing the program, because you want to get the early bird price, right? Grateful for you. So happy to be hosting this summit giveaway, and I just put it on the podcast too, so people can have access to the recordings at least during the time, but the giveaways are time sensitive. So comment below if you really want that as well. Thanks so much, and I will talk to you very, very soon, and be sure to sign up for the giveaway as well. Put the link in there. That's how you enter in, I'll just check the links. You'll know. All right. Have a good one, and I will talk to you guys really soon.